Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 as the Zunbil Empire. In our last episode we took the final county that we need from the Byzantines, the county of Azerbaijan, and we declared possibly our last war of this series to take the final duchy in the kingdom of Rajasthan. Not Rajasthan, Rajputana. The empire would be Rajasthan, I think. Yes. But we're not going to conquer the entire empire. We're just taking this duchy for the full control of the kingdom. And we did lose a battle here thanks to some unfortunate intervention by the revolt that's currently going on against our enemy here. He has a holy order raised also. But we're probably just going to avoid fighting him directly if at all possible, because he is constantly hanging out close to that large revolt army that we don't have any real reason to fight if we can avoid it. Alright, the population of Azerbaijan has been converted to the Church of Zun faith already. Very efficient work. And that wasn't where I had sent my own diviner, was it? No, he was down here, okay. So with Azerbaijan converted, we are only a few counties away from religious unity. Of course, we're going to add a few more once we win this war, but that's okay. Some free tech points from Constantinople, that's good. And another siege completed here. And I mentioned in the last episode the possibility of waiting for a final Great Holy War, but I looked into it a bit and I don't think we are ever going to get another Holy War, or another Great Holy War. The reason being that we already own all of the possible Great Holy War targets for the Church of Zun. They're all mostly in the Crusader Empire of Persia and also the Kingdom of Egypt, because that's where one of our holy sites is. And once we own all that land, then the AI will not call any more Great Holy Wars, which is unfortunate, but I guess we'll just have to live with it. Somebody's released from somebody's dungeon. It seems like his army is actually on its own all the way over here, so maybe we'll go and fight it after all. Kind of feels like cheating to win this war without actually fighting a proper battle against his army. I don't really count the one that the revolt won on his behalf. So let's see. Got decent commanders in here. We're not going to catch him here. It's fine, I think we'll let him move to this county. And probably just follow. No, he's headed up here to one of our target counties. Okay. We'll let him get in there. The Monophysite faith triumphant. The adherents of the Monophysite faith have steadily dwindled to the point where Monophysite believers are the majority. Okay. Not really of any concern to us. These are all vassals in the Abdulid kingdom, I think, if we look at our religions. All of the Monophysite and Monophysite land is here, unless there's some elsewhere, but I don't think so. Anyway, no concern of ours. So we'll let him get in here, he'll presumably stay there to try and siege it back, and we should be able to catch him either with this army or this one. Yeah, definitely not catching him there, but if we go in this direction, we should be able to catch him. Somebody's revolting against a vassal, that's fine. And we had a nephew born, okay. And there is the big revolt army that we're just going to keep ignoring. Oh, and he got out of there already. He really does not want to cooperate with me. Okay, here's what we'll do. we can catch him from here. And we can, finally. Okay. We have a new vassal Shah of Khiva. Okay, that's fine. Khiva was one of the guys who was not especially happy with me. We also have a niece who will get educated with just some random person. Oh, and he's offering me peace. Well, let's at least wait until the battle's over. Okay, our new Shah has had his opinion improved. That's good. Okay, now we'll accept peace. Alright, let's get this land given out. And we already have the appropriate search done here. We'll just refresh. And grant the county titles to random people. Okay, what's the duchy situation here? This duchy can be usurped, so we'll do that. We'll grant it to, I guess, this guy. And we should be able to transfer him under his rightful king. And what was the other satrap that was there? Oh, this is our high priest again. Okay. I don't know why he shows up in the vassals we can transfer to every king. Dismiss the units. And what's the date? It is April, so we can absolutely hold a final festival of the sun to celebrate having all of our de jure land in the kingdom of Rajputana. Festival of the Sun is about to start, and in accordance with tradition, the festivities begin on a sunny morning. Okay, we'll all walk under the sun. And the ceremony of Thanksgiving is held in the courtyard of the temple. Everyone eats the delicious saffron bread and is thereby blessed. And the Festival of the Sun is over for this time. The Giver of Justice has been properly honoured. The realm is looking forward to a bright future under his blinding gaze. Alright, well, that is all of our goals accomplished for this series. We've taken the kingdoms that we wanted, all Syria, Jerusalem, Egypt, of course, and a few of the nearer kingdoms over here in India and Khiva. I guess we'll go ahead and create the few remaining kingdom titles that we can create. For example, Persia here. We'll go ahead and just give this to somebody. Yeah. He's our brother-in-law. So I guess we could give it to him. How about this guy? Shaddam of Persia. So he's not getting a couple of counties in here that he's supposed to get. I think they're under Egypt or somebody else. But that's okay. We'll give that to you, and unfortunately we can't create the Kingdom of Jerusalem because it is only creatable by Christian characters, so unfortunately we're just going to have to deal with having dukes here and never transferring them under a king. Unfortunately we can't transfer them under a neighbouring king or anything like that because they have to be de jure. What we have is the High Priest and various lower characters there. And our other kingdom that we could create was Punjab, so let's create that one. And this is just two duchies basically, so it doesn't really make much of a difference to anything. But it does mean we've created all the kingdoms, or all the titles in fact, that we can create. So you can symbolically be our spy master for the end of the game here. Alright, let's take a look at the rest of the map to see how everyone else did. The Abbasids are still looking pretty nice with their good borders, and the Abdulids and the Empire of Mali are also looking very nice. So well done to everyone who was living in the Africa area, basically. Except for the Canaries over here. He's just independent. Oh, good for him. And up in Europe, of course, everything is terrible. Brittany is not unified. France has some land up here for some reason. Germany is looking pretty bad. Middle Francia. Bavaria has land in former Burgundy. Italy has little patches of Aquitaine in there. Obviously Phrygia is still pretty good. Though they do have some counties that aren't de jure part of the kingdom. And Alba, I guess, is perfectly de jure? We're not supposed to have Orkney, no. Not quite perfectly. Ah, they're missing one county. So close, Alba. So close. But I think you actually beat Frisia. Because they have 3 extra counties. And up in Scandinavia, Suomi's looking pretty good. They do have a bit more land than is de jure part of their kingdom, but they're looking alright. Ruthenia is actually pretty good as well. They do have some land they're not supposed to have, but they do have all of their de jure land, I think. We'll take a look at religions also. Slavic did pretty well. Orthodox did terribly, because the one bastion of the Orthodox religion randomly converted to Sunni at some point, and amazingly managed to stay Sunni while not disintegrating completely. They obviously lost a few crusades later on, and we took a lot of land from them. But they did pretty well. They eventually got all of the vassals converted, and converted some of the land, though, as I mentioned recently, they still didn't manage to convert a lot of it, for whatever reason. And Tengri is looking okay up there, but they're not reformed, obviously. They're still unreformed pagans. I guess it would be nice if the Abbasids didn't have this land down in the Arabian Peninsula, if this was some other independent guy. Or if we had more time and I was willing to spend, 6 more holy wars to take all of the duchies in here, however many there are. It is actually 6, okay. We could have taken over this ourselves, but it would really just take too long. Okay, well, let's go ahead and resign from the game and check out our score. Oh, we actually just about beat House Capet, descended from Robert the Strong, who was a power figure during the reign of Charles the Bold. His descendants would be kings of France in 1066, although by 1322, etc., etc. Well, it doesn't really matter that much because we beat them. Starting out, of course, in the lowly satrapy of Zunbil and eventually becoming an empire. I won't let all of these scroll by. In any case, though, thanks very much for watching this series. I think it's actually the longest YouTube series I've done so far. This is probably episode 138, I think. Depending on how long the currently running HIP one goes, it could be longer, but so far this is the longest one. So if you've watched all of it, well done, I guess. Or even if you watched any of it, I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate all the likes, all the comments, and everything like that. So, thanks for watching, and join me again for another series soon.